Hi everybody, welcome to this back nine guide video for the opening round of the All-Star Tournament in Expert Division. This is of course holes 10 to 18. Please give me a thumb up and make sure you subscribe to the channel as well. On the way to 20,000 subs. Plenty of drops here and some tweaks and suggestions along the way. So tweak as needed according to your play style and clubs and balls, and of course account for any wind angle changes or tweaks as well. Let's get started. Here is hole number 10. Two options here on hole 10. If you've got the Blitz ball or the Precision Luminary, this is worth a go in my opinion, but you will need Apox 6 and above. You can see it's a max top spin with Apox 6, so 6.9 bars, and we're setting up at plus 18 yards there with the bullseye just past the rough line. Second bounce in the middle of the next fairway as shown. We are going to go max plus 10 here. Max plus 10, power 5 settings. Like I said, this is aggressive. If this is not for you, we have a safe option coming up. But even with this shot, I would recommend you take a couple of tokens and just dial in some wind angle tweaks as well. Like I said, it's not without risk. Max plus 10, P5. Max overpower, the precision is helpful here because we want to hit perfect, which we do in this occasion. No curl and no side spin, just the top spin, but there's the first bounce, there's the second bounce, and we're rolling out nicely from the rough if you've got one of those balls or a New Year ball that you want to spend. If you don't want to do that though, here is the safe route. Quarterback level 9 and 10, white ring touching the rough on the left at P3 max. Then we're going to switch to our APOC and Grizzly bag and add our spin. 5.8 top spin is what I'm going with here, and 2 bars side spin to the left. Adjustment is going to be max plus 0, max plus 0, power 3 settings because we're using a Kingmaker. And the idea here is just to lay up down the fairway, and it's going to set up a rings from min approach with our Grizzly. So max plus 0, power 3, no overpower and no curl, just concentrate on hitting perfect. Second shot, we're going to count up rings from min. So find the min line and we count up rings from min to have the position that I'm going to show you here in the video. We're going to go with some backspin here. It's about 1.3 bars of backspin. And then I'm setting up with the bullseye over the last part of the rough, so just before you get that big bounce. And then we're offsetting here to have the bull guide over the left edge of the cup. In the video here I pushed up 10 rings, so that is going to be 13% slider, and we're playing 15% elevation here. Like I said, take a token or two on this one as well just to dial it in. Great left, great right is still going to be fine, but obviously you've got to measure your rings accurately and make sure you don't go with any accidental underpower or overpower when you're playing this rough bump. But it is a good chance here for the eagle. Looks like a nasty wind angle, but it's actually not too bad at all. We're going to play with our sniper from the min line, and we're going to go with 2.2 backspin and 1 right spin, and finding the position on the P3 min line. And you'll see the ball guide does move around a little bit, but you'll find here a little area where it doesn't glitch, and that's where we want to be. The third bounce will be just around the cup itself, so make sure you find the correct position with your spin added. We've got to push rings to adjust here, otherwise you won't see what you're adjusting with the bunker being where it is. The adjustment is minimum distance, 5% elevation, and we're playing with power 3 numbers. Taking care, of course, to push up in a straight line, and then we're going to take our shot. Now, with this wind angle, I found that 2 clicks of left curl was bringing me nicely into the hole, but of course you will need to tweak yourself depending what wind angle variant you get. So this one was played with 2 clicks of left curl as a reference. Bounces very, very nicely there, and we're dropping it right at the pin for a hole in one. Now on this par 5 I'm playing with a Kingslayer. You can play it with a Kingmaker, but you would need to add curl on the second shot. Red ring touching the rough with the quarterback at the top of +6, then we switch to our APOC sniper bag. Like I said, a Kingslayer or power 3 ball, wind 3 with side spin 4 or 5 is really preferable for the best look at the Albatross. Max +0, power 3, and then we're going to take our shot with half wall curl to the right and just before the circle drops as our overpower reference. Great right may not be safe here, so be advised of that one. I have clipped the rough and rolled out, but heavy great rights may not be that lucky. So just be warned on that one. Drive distance needed here, 330 yards. Second shot, you're going to want to play with approximately 4 top spin and 4 bars side spin to the left. If you're playing with a Kingmaker, obviously you've only got 3 left spin. You're going to have to set up with the bull guide missing the pin to the right, otherwise you will clip the tree. And then you would have to play with outer wall left curl, anywhere from that to half a ball left curl. Or you can just play containing shot. But I'm setting up with the bull guide through the hole. In the video I've done a different adjustment, but the one I'm giving you in the commentary and on the notepad is a tweak. And I would like you to play mid-distance -15 elevation for a drive of 330 yards. This one is over-adjusted just a little bit, but the tweak here should get you pretty much in, I would think, pending any tweaks, for a nice Albatross if you've got a side spin 4 or greater ball. Slightly unpleasant angle here. We're going to go with a Berserker and try and get it over there. It's been working okay for me, but like I said, always take a token or two, get a feel for different wind strengths and wind angles. 5.8 top spin, 2 left spin, bullseye in the middle of the rough and the sand, at top of +6 with APOC 5 and above. APOC 4 may struggle here. If you are using APOC 4, I would advise you to test this with a token or use a power 5 ball with more wind resistance if you have one. Max +0, power 3. I'm pushing up then to to max +31, which is why I think it may be dodgy with an APOC 4, because we are going at max with APOC 5+. And you can see about 2 ball curl to the left. It's going to be a full shaky needle, so do your best to hit perfect. If this one isn't for you, then find an alternative method. More top spin, of course, the better, but if not, you've got your wedge for the eagle. If you're enjoying the free content here and want to help support the channel, then you can do so in one of 3 ways. You can click the thanks button directly underneath the video, you can use the PayPal link in the description down below, or you can become a channel member as well. All support of the channel is greatly appreciated. I'm going to play a quarterback, no moving target drive here. So load the hole with a quarterback and a Kingmaker. Then we're just going to add 5 top spin and 3 left spin. And then make our adjustment. Max +10. No need to move the target until you come to adjust your rings. So maximum distance, 10% elevation on this drive. We're going to drive ourselves nicely down the fairway. And we're looking for a drive distance of around 310 to 315 yards. But a very simple setup, going to leave us a sniper for the Albatross. So we've adjusted there, max +10 P3, no curl, no overpower, just centre the ball and hit perfect. I'm giving you a top white fringe check reference here, +11. However, sometimes you're not going to have that, especially if you're using Sniper 9. So in the end, I'm giving you drive distance as well. 311 is going to be 70% slider, 15 elevation. And you will need between 4 and 5 backspin and 1 left spin. It might vary depending on your drive, but add the spin and find the funnel here. The issue I have with this shot is, frustratingly, I come in short in line. So just look back on the video replay here, and I would reduce the backspin by a couple of clicks because you don't want to be coming in short. However, the adjustment and the line was absolutely perfect. So a small tweak to the backspin here, and you're going to have a very good chance for the Albatross. So 15% elevation on this par 5. On this par 3 you don't have to use the royal ball, but it helped me get the right side spin. You could also set spin with a Titan and then switch. Max backspin, 2 right spin. Bottom of the yellow ring touching the fringe where it meets the green, and the ball guide as shown. So pause the video, look at where the second bounce and the tip of the ball guide are in relation to the green square columns on the green for your references. Good chance for a hole-in-one here. Might need a wind angle tweak or two though, and as there is a fairly nasty kind of headwind element to this one, it's always good to keep the wind below 8 miles per hour if you can, untested in higher winds. Max plus 20, P3 here, perfect ball, bouncing very nicely towards the start of the green, and then it's just going to take the slope here and then trickle back down for a hole-in-one. Going to try and get this one on the green even though there's a little bit of a headwind angle. 4 back spin and 1 right spin with a berserker, and we're setting up at plus 18 with APOC 5 and above, just into plus 18, yellow ring touching the rough on the right with APOC 5 and 6. APOC 4 is going to be at plus 24. You may, in more headwind angles, however, fall short. However, if you do land in the bunker, it is a very, very easy save due to the great amount of funnel on the green. Max plus 0, power 5, full overpower. It is going to be a bit of a shaky needle, unfortunately, and we're going with half a ball curl to the right. Try and hit perfect. Of course, if you don't fancy this approach, then lay up down the right-hand side and try with the thorn instead. But all being well, we'll bounce very nicely, and the backspin holds us on the green for a putt for the eagle. Onto this par 3, we can bounce over on the pad in this wind angle, and we're going to go with spin as shown here. So it's about 5 backspin and 1.8 left spin. Then we're looking at the blue ring, having it touching pretty much the majority of the rough line on the top and the left-hand side. Just a small gap there on the top left corner, but that's the setup we want. Try and keep the wind below 8 miles per hour. That's why I'm using a Kingslayer. I didn't want 9.1 wind on this one. Mid plus 5, power 3. Take care when adjusting down into the bunker. This one will need some tweaks according to your wind strength and wind angle, but it's a good starting point. Perfect ball away is going to bounce very nicely on the pad, and the spin will do the rest of the work for us. Onto the green and falling right at the pin. Safe eagle here. There is, of course, aggressive options if you want to pursue them, though. It's up to you on that one. White ring touching the rough there on top at P3 max with quarterback 9 and 10. Then we're going to add our spin, and it's going to be a weird amount of spin here, but it's 2.5 top spin, 1.5 left spin. Ball guide will be pointing into the bunker once you've added your spin. Then you're going to just max plus 10, P3. Max plus 10. Getting a nice pull angle centered there. There we go. About 9 rings for me with this wind strength. Then we're going to go with left curl. Max left curl just before the circle drops as our overpower reference. Like I said, second shot is all about just getting it to green safely here for this safe eagle play. 4 backspin, 1 left spin in the end. I go with a bit more than that, though I end up going with 1.5 left spin and actually tweaking the backspin up to about 4.2. It may vary depending on your drive, but just make sure that second bounce is comfortably on the green and you're not setting up too close to the rough or too close to the tree. This is all, like I said, about getting yourself safely to green. Max minus 15 is the adjustment here. You see the ball guide will get clipped away, which means we're going to have to use some right curl. I would rather use more than less. In the video, I go with half a ball, but if you think you're going to hit a great right, then just play yourself even safer and go with 3/4 ball curl. You do not want to be clipping the tree on hole 18, but we're getting the green there safely for our eagle putt. Thank you for watching this video on the All-Star Tournament here on the channel. Don't forget to join us over on Facebook as well. Over 12,000 members, loads of discussion points, free guides and shot sharing over there. Loads of people that can help you out, answer questions about the game as well. So I look forward to seeing you all there. In the meantime, good luck for the tournament. See you soon. Bye for now.